Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting really practical about learning to speak English. We've pulled some great stuff from Speaking English, a daily practice guide. Our mission, simple, find the best, most direct advice to help you feel more confident and make some real progress. Okay, let's unpack this. So, diving into this guide, Speaking English, a daily practice guide, it really grounds us right away. It says fluency doesn't start with complicated grammar. No, it starts with the absolute essentials. High-frequency words first. Think like the words that unlock maybe 80% of your daily chats. We're talking basic greetings, common verbs, words for food, family, that kind of stuff. The idea is to feel functional quickly, right? Not get bogged down.
Exactly. And what's insightful is how fast these high-impact words let you start communicating, especially when you add the next step, which is understanding some basic grammar. The guide really hammers home pronouns I, you, he, she, and getting a grip on simple tenses. I go, I went, I will go. Focusing on these isn't just grammar for its own sake. It's about time, past, present, future, which is, well, pretty fundamental, and crucially how to ask and answer simple questions. What's your name? My name is Berg. These are truly the bedrock.
Okay, so we have the basic words, the core grammar pieces. Building blocks. But just having blocks isn't enough, is it? So the guide then, quite smartly, I think, pushes us into the living world of English, immersion. Daily listening. It strongly suggests watching English videos,
Yeah.
listening to podcasts, and importantly, repeating what you hear. It's not just passive listening.
Right, and if you connect that to the bigger picture, consistent listening, it's not passive at all. It's actively reshaping your speech, your comprehension, even kind of on a neurological level. When you mimic the rhythm, the intonation, you're directly improving pronunciation. You start to get the natural flow of the language. It builds this intuitive understanding, goes beyond just knowing the words on a list.
Okay, so listening is one thing,
Yeah.
but how do you really make the language yours? That's where the guide gets into active practice. Really strong emphasis here. It encourages you to, well, talk to yourself or read aloud. Practice with friends if you can. And the advice, start with short sentences, keep it simple. But here's where it gets really interesting, I think. It tells you straight up, don't be afraid of mistakes. That feels like it's about more than just language, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How does the guide suggest you kind of build up that courage, especially for active practice?
Absolutely. Yeah, the guide reframes mistakes. They're not failures. They're like data points, essential data. It champions the idea that every slip-up is basically direct feedback. It accelerates your learning because it shows you exactly where you need to adjust. So it's an active embrace of imperfection, as a catalyst, which raises a key question. How do you weave English into daily life, beyond just study time, to actually foster this courage? The guide has some brilliant, really practical ideas here, like change your phone language to English.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or try writing your daily routine, just simple stuff in English. Even try to think in English sometimes. These seem small, but they force this constant low-stakes immersion. Creates a feedback loop right in your everyday world. It's about making English just a natural, unavoidable part of things.
Right, making it part of the furniture, almost. And then finally, it wraps up with this big advice. Be consistent. Be confident. Powerful advice, sure. But for a lot of people, consistency is the real mountain to climb. Does the guide offer any practical hacks for keeping that daily practice going, especially when motivation dips?
It does, yeah, and it kind of circles back to embracing imperfection again. The guide implicitly suggests consistency isn't about these huge hour-long study blocks every single day. That's daunting. It's more about just showing up. Even for a few minutes, it promises, speak a little every day, progress will come. That's the quote. It's a really powerful message. Perseverance over perfection makes consistency feel achievable, So true progress really comes from that mix. Solid foundation with useful words, consistent exposure through listening, deliberate practice actually speaking, and maybe most importantly, that confident mindset, the one that sees mistakes as just part of learning.
So, reflecting on all this, what does it really mean for you listening right now? What's one small, consistent change you can make, maybe starting today, to bring a little more English into your daily life? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this deep dive.